Hey guys, Grumpsy here. Today's video is about healing on the move, which is a pretty basic concept for all healers to understand, right? You gotta be able to heal while you're moving, to dodge stuff, to move with the party. However, for the Resto Shaman, I think it is a pretty advanced concept because we're just simply not that good at it, right? We don't have that many large instant casts, we don't have a large cooldown that enables us to heal while moving, except we do, which we'll talk about in a second. So, what do we do? How do we handle, bosses, raid encounters, where we just have to be moving all the time, where other people are moving all the time? What do we do in that situation? So that's what this video is about today. Let's take a look. So in terms of instant cast, right, we really only have Riptide as a good way to cast while moving. All our other abilities are a pretty long cast, right? Healing Rain, Chain Heal are all almost 2 seconds long. So what do, right? Let's say, for example, I'm just here at the training dummies, but let's say there's a fire dragon here. He's breathing fire on everybody. There's swirls, dodging this, dodging that. How do we handle that? Do we just run around and hope everybody lives? Probably not, right? Well, we have this talent called Spiritwalker's Grace, which is on it's on a 2-minute cooldown, but if you take the talent underneath it, it becomes a minute 30. And as it says, right, just enables you to cast while moving for 15 seconds. Now, the cool thing about this one is you can press an ability. Let's say I am chain healing people, right? And then suddenly something appears under my feet. Well, I can activate Spiritwalker's Grace in the middle of a cast, and it will enable me to start moving before that cast is finished. So that's an important tip to know. And all this is just you can cast while moving. It's not more complicated than that, right? Our other important ability here is called Nature's Swiftness, and what it does is as soon as you press it, the next nature ability that you press is instant cost and requires no mana. We have to be able to use these in high movement scenarios. So let's look further at some clips here. I've got some clips from Azureblade and a really scary boss. So let's take a look. So here we have the second boss of the Azureblade, which is a pretty difficult boss. This is definitely up there in terms of all the bosses of the expansion. This is up there in difficulty. And the reason is this intermission phase you'll see here in a second as the boss runs to the middle. It's called Overwhelming Energy, and the boss summons 4 adds and then just starts pulsing AoE damage onto the party. Now, all of these nonsense that the boss is shooting out of himself is going to kill you, right? So we have to avoid all this stuff. Meanwhile, we have to heal everybody, keep everybody healthy. So we're going to use Spiritwalker's Grace. As you see, it's already been used, and kind of be able to move with the party here as they go around and try to kill these adds in a reasonable amount of time. Now, this phase lasts a little bit long, so I've had to pop Healing Tide. I've also had a Cloudburst down for a bit here, and it's about to expire, and there it goes. So I guess all of that is a more advanced way to heal, which is to plan ahead. You have to know, 15, 20 seconds into the future what's going to happen. And a lot of that comes through repetition. A lot of that is trial and error. The number of times I've come in here and failed this boss is quite high, right? I've come in here and didn't know what to do and died. Come in here and knew what to do and still, messed up. So that's a more advanced concept to plan ahead, to know kind of 20, 30 seconds coming up what to do with your cooldowns, with your spells, kind of what you're going to cast here. And you're going to see it again here in about 5 seconds. We're going to have another intermission phase. Basically, I do the exact same thing as I did the first time. So if you missed anything, take a look this time and you'll see it's almost the exact same, except I just don't have Healing Tide. So if you see there on the second row of my bars, Spiritwalker's Grace is about to come off cooldown, and there it is, it's off cooldown now. I have a Cloudburst down a little bit earlier this time, just use Spiritwalker's Grace, and Cloudburst just went off. So actually the party's doing a much better job this time of staying together, which is something I asked them to do before we started the dungeon. I asked, can we please stay together on the second boss? It makes it easier to heal. And again, that's part of planning ahead, right? You have to know where the pain points of what you're going to be doing are as a healer. You have to know what to expect. So that's all part of advanced healing. I'd say more basic healing is taking damage and then healing damage, right? That's a pretty basic concept. Very much advanced is knowing, okay, all this damage is coming in the future, and then being able to plan and think ahead for how you're going to deal with it. So here's another clip. This is the 4th boss of the Noku defensive, Balakhar Khan. Another, quite difficult boss, I'd say. Similar to Azureblade, pretty high up there on the difficulty list. And really a pretty heavy movement fight from here on out. This is phase 1 over. We're about to go into the intermission when we have these Stormcasters. And you see I have Spiritwalker's Grace ready. I definitely want it here. You'll see there's a lot of stuff to dodge, a lot of stuff to do. These blue swirls on the ground one-shot you for sure on 23 Tyrannical. So we've done a good job grouping the adds up here. I need to move around a lot. At the same time, the group is taking heavy damage. So similar to Azureblade, really. It's almost the same thing, Pop Spiritwalker's Grace, popped Healing Tide, drop the Cloudburst right here, and, kind of keeping everybody alive. We have one more add, I think, over there, struggling here at the end of the phase. I had to use Ascendance as well to get through this. But we survive, and now we're back, or not back, we're into phase 2 now, Popped Lust, and still heavy movement here. So what do you do after your Spiritwalker's Grace is down? How do you handle this type of stuff? It's not too much damage here, the pulsing damage is over, but we have to utilize kind of our instant casts. And I'm moving while I can, basically, and we got sucked into the spear there. To dodge these swirls, you're going to be Riptide, and you're going to Flame Shock. You're going to use as much of your time as possible to try to keep everybody alive. And here, Spiritwalker's Grace is almost off cooldown again, and I'm going to get to use it towards the end of the fight. So here's the last clip I want to do. This is from Ruby Life Pools, plus 24 Tyrannical. I have a video up on this already, kind of a walkthrough on the whole dungeon. But just this moment in particular where you get Chillstorm on the first boss, this is a perfect time to use Spiritwalker's Grace. Since you had to move beforehand, you're not going to be in a good position to heal. As you see, I've just popped it there. I also used the instant Nature's Guardian and the instant heal to keep everybody topped. So we can actually watch that again in slow motion. So here's the slow-mo coming up. You'll see a bunch of spells cast in quick succession here, so I'm going to try to, talk my way through it. Waiting to see who gets the Chillstorm, and it's me, of course. I'm going to drop the Windrush so I can get out of it without taking damage. Got the Ghost Wolf, and now Cloudburst goes down, followed by Spiritwalker's Grace, followed by Nature's Swiftness. Gonna pop a quick chain heal to top everybody. Ancestral Guidance has also been used, kind of a mini Ascendance, and get through that phase quite easily. That's a very dangerous one where you get the Chillstorm as a healer. It's going to put you way out of position. You have to avoid getting, sucked into the storm yourself. And so having your movement cooldowns ready for that scenario is going to be very important. So another short clip here from my guild's Mythic Terros kill. This is quite a high movement fight. We actually just downed him last week. I'm pretty happy about that since we've had quite a number of attendance issues this tier. You see there's a lot of damage and a lot of movement going on, so I'm preparing to use Spiritwalker's Grace to get out of this next mechanic and to top everybody off. So here we go, gonna use it, and we're out of the circle. Cloudburst is down because I know a burst of damage is coming right now from the dust, and we move, and we're still healing, we're chain healing. Everybody's happy, Cloudburst is about to be popped, and everybody's topped. So that's pretty much how you use these abilities, right? Very, very important thing to understand to play this properly, because it is one of the major kind of sore points for this spec is a lot of movement equals, a lot of discomfort for us. So learn how to use Spiritwalker's Grace and Nature's Swiftness, and outside of that, you really need to learn how to kind of manage on your own, squeezing as much healing out of the limited amount of time you have to stand still as possible. So these are the kind of more complicated concepts towards mastering the Resto Shaman. Being able to plan for damage, being able to cast while moving, is all going to be things you have to practice, things you have to learn. Okay, so good luck, and thank you for watching. Any questions, please leave a comment. I'd be happy to answer anything people ask. You can always check me out live at twitch.tv/grumpsy_gaming. Mainly doing high keys these days on the Resto Shaman. I'm actually trying to push for the seasonal title, but it's going to be pretty hard. It's probably going to be about a 3,200 rating cutoff, so we'll see what happens. I'm having a really fun time with this season regardless. So stop by anytime, ask anything you want. If you just want to post memes, that's cool too. If you just want to come by and watch someone deplete a lot of keys and get tilted, that happens pretty often as well. So whatever the case may be, I'd be excited to see you there. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned something. All right. Yes! Yes!